Good afternoon, it is 12 o'clock on Wednesday the 26th of February. Yeah, I'm just going to go out, do a little bit of an Uber shift for a couple of hours, see what it's like during the day. If it's too rubbish, I'll just come back, and I might come back out again this afternoon, or this evening should I say. I haven't been on since Saturday night, I think was the last Uber. I've had a couple of jobs, private jobs, since then. The last one was this morning. Going to Manchester Airport, Liverpool Airport and whatnot. So yeah, in between that I wasn't doing any Uber, and I suppose I could have jumped on at some point and maybe done an hour or two, but yeah, it's not really worthwhile, to be honest. So yeah, I'll nip out now. It's just started raining, and see what it's like for a little bit, so I'll catch up with you. So it's just 1 o'clock, past hour, been a bit crap really. We've got a little job in Burscough to Burscough, £3.82 for 0.8 of a mile. And then just as I dropped them off, I was heading towards Ormskirk, and then I got a job from Ormskirk to Skelmersdale, £7.47 for 6.2 miles. So again, it's not normally a job I'd take, especially on like a Friday, Saturday night. Normally because you get stuck up in Skem, which is exactly what's happened. I've just headed back to Ormskirk now. Just got back here. Didn't get any jobs coming back. The only job that did pop up was an XL, Skelmersdale to Liverpool Airport. So I think it was about 17-18 miles, I think, something like that. It takes best part of an hour, including by the time you go to them, pick them up. Obviously they go in the airport, so you're getting all the suitcases in, everyone's in and out forgetting things and whatnot. Get down there and tip them, so it's about an hour, that's what you're looking at. I think it was offering £42. So again, it'd be interesting to know if other people would accept that. I was kind of on the fence with it. I mean, because if I had done that as a private booking, I would be looking at about, I think it's about £60-65. So I was kind of like, should I or shouldn't I? But then the way I kind of look at it a lot now, rather than what I used to look at, I used to just look at it and think, well, that's 42 quid, I'll make that in an hour, happy days. But now I look at it as in, I'm then at Liverpool Airport, which is an hour away from here. How do I get back from there? So normally if I take a big job like that now from Uber, if it's like 40, 50, 60 pound, I look at it as in, that needs to get me there and back. What does that then work out at? So if that's like £20, if it's a £60 job, I can get there and back in 2 hours. I think, well, that's not too bad because I'm on £30 an hour. I would do that on a weekday. I wouldn't do it on a Friday or Saturday night, because I can make that just doing little tiny jobs. So again, I kind of looked at it and I was thinking, I think for me more, it kind of like, it's a bit of a grind, a bit more, because I think I can charge more for when I do my private bookings. So it's a bit like, I don't know, it's a bit of a kick in the teeth really, because I'm thinking I'm accepting like £20 less for that job. But then at the same time, technically I could have looked at it and thought, well, that's 2 hours there and back. So I would have been on like what, about £21 an hour during the weekday in the dead hours. It wouldn't have been too bad, but then there's a fair bit of mileage involved for me to pick them up and get there. I think it was around 20 miles. So I'm thinking you've then done 40 miles technically for £42, so you're on £1 a mile. So then you're thinking, do you run the or roll the dice and just stick to the local jobs, which are like £1 a mile? But then are you going to get as many? And the past hour kind of shows you're not. It's a complete lottery. Yeah, so in that past hour I've done £11.29. So technically, yeah, I could have accepted that other job, which would have been, I think it was £42, would have been the 2 hours. So then that would have that would have been like £21 an hour for them 2 hours, and then going into this hour as well. But then it still would have dragged the hourly rating down a little bit. Technically, yeah, you could hang around like Liverpool Airport, which I've not done before, Yeah, during the weekday, you're not really going to get jobs of people going from, because it's not even like Liverpool Airport isn't like the city centre or anything. You're not going to be getting, if it's like a Friday, Saturday night later on, you'll get the odd jobs where people are going back from there towards Formby or Ainsdale or Southport, or because obviously people have been for a night out, so they're making their way home. But yeah, at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Wednesday, I can't see anybody, or it's highly unlikely someone's then going to be needing an Uber from Speke Airport, going like, get me back here. And I know what would happen from prior experience. You end up just bouncing about doing these little jobs. So a little job would come up for £5 or £6 when I got there, which might get me a mile back in the right direction, and then you drive 3 or 4 miles heading back, and then you get another little job in that area, and then you drive another couple of miles back. So you're kind of just picking up the breadcrumbs, and it's just, in the end, I say to myself every time I've done it, I'm not doing that again because it's pointless. So yeah, so for me, I've looked at it and thought, I can't be bothered doing that for those reasons. One, it's basically, it's a third cheaper than what I could have made privately. Some people might look at that and say, well, that's what's putting you off, because if that was me, I haven't got my own operator's licence, I would have done that for £42. I don't know, like I said, I was kind of on the fence with it, but I just couldn't be bothered doing it. Might be a little bit different if you're in an X, because you know that the likelihood is it's just going to be 2 people going on a little holiday, little travel on case, throw it in the boot, jobs are good. And they've booked an XL because you know it's going to be 5 or 6 passengers, which in turn is 5 or 6 suitcases as well, so you have to take all that into consideration as well. You've got all the extra weight, you've got the more it's going to cost me more obviously in electric. So yeah, like I said, it wasn't for me, but yeah, it'd be interesting to see somebody else puts a little comment in there to say I would have done it, or no, I agree with you. But again, it comes down to Uber, because I know that Uber would have charged £60-70 for that easily. If I go onto the Uber app now, where are we? Uber. It'd be interesting to see, to be honest. Where to? Liverpool Airport. Where from? I just need to change the address. Skelmersdale to Liverpool Airport. XL. Well, to be fair, I think I'm getting a bit of discounts because I've got me, is it Uber One or something that I'm signed up to? So I think it's saying it would be £51, but because I've got me discount, it's allowing me to book an XL for £41.73. So I don't know. If you wanted to book an X, you could get it for 35 quid. Comfort 45. XL 41, so an XL is cheaper than a Comfort. An Executive 54. So yeah, it's kind of, yeah, so I'm getting me 5% discount because I've got me Uber One. Oh no, sorry, it's coming up saying 20% promotion applied. I don't know if that's just a one-off because I haven't used it in a while, so it's offering me a bit of discount. So yeah, technically the customer then was probably paying about £51. So it's not, I suppose Uber haven't taken too much commission on that. They've probably taken around £10, which isn't too bad, I suppose. But yeah, it's just it's kind of one of them. I'll get bookings, like I say, and I would have charged like 60-65 for that. So technically people can book an XL a couple of quid cheaper, but then as we all know in life, you get what you pay for. So yeah, I'm going back online now, and I'll see what happens over the next. So I've just got home and it is just after 2 o'clock. Last update, I was in Ormskirk. It was, what, 1 o'clock was it? Yeah, 1 o'clock. And then between 1 and 2 o'clock, I received one job offer, and that was Ormskirk to Preston, I think. It was offering, I think it worked out at about 70 pence a mile for like It's like a 30 or 40 minute job or something. It was awful. And that was it. I haven't done anything. Sat there, had YouTube on, been playing on my phone, sending texts, emails, and just absolutely nothing has come up whatsoever. So I've been out for 2 hours today, and I've done £11.29. So that's what, like £5.50, £5.60, £5.60 an hour, minus your expenses, minus tax, minus national insurance. Yeah, shocking really, to be honest. Yeah, so again, I know that could have changed round a bit. For example, I could have accepted the airport job, so I probably would have finished that by now, thereabouts, or would I? No, because there and back would have been best part of 2, so yeah, I'd still be working now for another hour. But then saying that, I would have finished on what? That was what, a £42 job plus this 11. Divide that by the 3. Oh, 42 plus the 11. I would have finished on about £17.60 an hour. So yeah, it wouldn't have been too bad. It would have been, well, it would have been a hell of a lot better than what I finished on. But yeah, to me, it's just didn't really make sense to do. So that's about it. There's loads of little like reservation jobs coming up, or like school runs one's 3:15. There's a 3:30. There's a 3:35. But is it just me, or does anybody else get these reservation requests and they're all miles away? You know, like this one here is, where the hell is it? It's like the outskirts of Preston, going into Preston. £9.63 for a 4.5 mile job, so it's roughly £2 a mile. But then I need to drive to Preston, and then I click on the next one, and the next one is North Preston. £8.64 for 3.7 miles, so again just over £2 a mile. But again, they want you to be online for 10 to 3 and be at the school for 3:30, outside the school for 3:30. I do the school run myself, and that's chaos. So it's just, why would you drive to a school to do a school run for £8? Like, God, no idea, speechless. And then there's another one which is even further away. This one is in Burnley. So just to give you a bit of an idea of how far that away is from me, because I don't even know myself, I know it's miles away. It's 25 miles away. Hang on a second, is that the right one? Blackburn, Burnley. Sorry, it's 37 miles away, 49 minutes. Why are they offering me jobs that's 37 miles away? So again, someone somewhere thinks that I would accept that job. I would drive 37 miles to the job in a school run to do an £8.98 job for 5.5 miles, and then 37 miles back. Oh Jesus, I'll just work that out for comical value. 37 miles there, 37 miles back, times 2, and the job is 5.5 miles. Let's just call it 5. So that's 79 miles, and they're offering £8.98 by 79. So they're offering 11p a mile. I don't get it. I don't know why there's not like a perimeter, just like, you know, we know this is where you are. Would you like some of these jobs that are within a 5 mile radius, maybe even a 10 mile radius if you're bouncing about doing jobs? Who's going to be 40 miles away from where they are? You know, maybe they should offer them jobs to like Wolverhampton drivers or something. But I certainly don't work 40 miles away from where I live, so it's daft. I wish there was a feature on it where you could set the type of jobs that come through, even just for normal jobs, because jobs will pop up that are 15 miles away, and I'm thinking, well, as if I'm going to drive 15 miles to pick them up. I wish there was a little bit of a toggle where you could say I only want jobs within 5 miles of me, for example. I think that'd be a great little feature. One, it would stop the phone from distracting you as much, looking at all these idiotic jobs that come up. And it's more likely to keep people closer to where they are, where they're actually based, because some people, a job will pop up and they'll think, oh, go on, I'll run 10 miles for that then, because for some reason it makes sense to them. Whereas if you've just got your radius set to like 5 miles, if that job pops up, it's more than likely going to be worthwhile you doing it. So yeah, don't know, be a good little feature for them to add. So I don't know if I'm going to be back out to later on, to be honest. I think I'm a little bit too busy. So I'll just I'll wrap that shift up there, if you can even call it a shift. I don't even know if it's worth editing and putting online, to be honest. But it goes to shows you how crap it can be, and some of the decisions you can make or not make. If you're going to go for them jobs, how it can either make a shift or be detrimental to the shift. So thanks for watching, and I'll catch you tomorrow.